Hello, folks, and welcome right here to the campus of Southwest Mississippi Community College, where we've got the Muddy River Counselors taking on the Hattiesburg Forerunners for 14U boys third place ball game. The last game of the season for both teams. And the Muddy River Counselors trying to finish third here in this conference. Definitely not where the team has been the last 3 seasons. They've won 3 straight championships. And the Counselors will start off with Mark Dillon with the basketball. Here's a three-pointer from Cohen Albert, who misses from the right wing. And he's done very well as of late. Played very well in the second half there against PCA, a game in which the Counselors lost by a score of 42-28. They went down big, but they were starting to come back. Here's Tafari Edwards of the Hattiesburg Forerunners, feeding it inside, shot partially blocked and gotten by Tompkins. Feeding Dillon now. Dillon up the floor. He drives to his right. He creates space. Albert, right wing three. It's a miss. Rebound, Ike Brown in the post. Kick outside to Johnson. Setting up Dillon for an up top three. Doesn't go. Rebound, Brown. His putback is good. That's Ike Brown. And Brown able to get on the board here for the Counselors early. And so the Counselors lead 2-0 over the Hattiesburg Forerunners. Ball on the left wing and a feed inside. In the post, kick back out. Edwards, the drive. His floater all over Brown, no good. His rebound stuffed by Dillon. He's in the post now, trying to get underneath, and he traveled. It's going to be Counselors' ball. So we got a 2-0 ball game thus far. Lead for the Counselors. Counselors in black, Hattiesburg Forerunners in white. Tompkins up the floor. He's going to drive into the teeth of the defense. Lost the basketball, picked up there by Hattiesburg. Ball broken up by Dillon down court, and it goes out of bounds. So it'll be they say it's going to be Counselors basketball here. And it's going to be Tompkins up the floor. 2-0 ball game. Lead for the Muddy River Counselors. Tompkins up top, feed to Albert. Albert right wing three on the way, no good. Rebound Mark Dillon. Dillon underneath, turnaround shot, no good, and the rebound pulled in for Hattiesburg. Tompkins batted it a little bit, and it goes out of bounds. So it'll be Hattiesburg's basketball. Edwards up the floor right side. Going over to the left side. Guarded Albert. Ball fed to the right. Three-pointer Hartfield from the corner, and he hits it. And Hattiesburg will take the lead 3-2. And a 3-2 lead now for the Hattiesburg Forerunners. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. We got a 3-2 ball game. Pass over Johnson. Left wing three on the way for Mbiku Johnson, who misses. Rebound Edwards. He's got clear path ahead. Dillon able to hustle him down and defend here. Edwards pulls up the J and hits it. 5-2 ball game, lead for Hattiesburg now. Forerunners trying to get third in this tournament. They fell to the victors by a load of points there. Mark Dillon the drive, his floater on the way, backboard no good. And I think what I heard was that Tafari Edwards did not play for the Forerunners against the Jackson Victors, and he's definitely a main player for their ball club, and you can see how that would be a problem. But he's here now, taking on the Counselors for the third place ball game. Hartfield to feed into the post, going against Ike Brown. A turnaround shot, no good. Rebound Tompkins, who feeds it over Mark Dillon. Dillon up the right side, behind the back now, and Counselors have it in control. Counselors are without Noah Sanders. They've been without Noah Sanders the entire tournament. A main player for their team, and definitely dashed their championship hopes. As Johnson will swing it up to Albert. Albert on the cross now, guarded by Edwards. Albert's pass is stolen in the open court by Hattiesburg here. Drive down inside. Albert with the block, but he commits the foul. First free throw no good for Hattiesburg there. 5-2 ball game. 2:57 to go. Opening period. Free throw rattles in good. So a 6-2 lead now for Hattiesburg. Counselors scored first with a bucket from Mike Brown on the putback. And now the Forerunners have scored 6 straight points. Mbiku Johnson's deep three doesn't go, and the rebound's pulled down by Hattiesburg. 6-2 ball game, the Forerunners lead. Here's Edwards going to the right side behind the back now. Alber's guarding him, dropping it off underneath at the bucket for the finish. We got an 8-2 lead for Hattiesburg. They're starting to move their lead out just a little bit. And you got Mark Dillon up top. Dillon in the post, kick outside Alber, a right wing three on the way. It's an air ball. Counselors just not hitting them from the outside. They're getting some openings, but not hitting them. Now Hattiesburg up the floor, going against Mark Dillon. His shot, he's fouled. They're going to call the foul on Mark Dillon.
Good job, Forerunner.
First free throw does not go down. And we will go to timeout. Counselors will call the timeout, their first charge timeout of the ball game. We got an 8-2 game. Mark Dillon picking up his first personal foul, and the Counselors trail 8-2. Folks, we appreciate Vowell's Marketplace for sponsoring our broadcast. They have been working with us, and we appreciate them. 2:17 to go here in the first quarter. As you can see, the Counselors huddle here. Counselors down 8-2 here in the third place game for the MSAHA 14U boys division. And the Forerunners off to a good start. Counselors scored first, but then 8 straight points for Hattiesburg. And 2:17 to go in the first quarter, we got an 8-2 ball game. Free throw, second free throw coming up here for Hattiesburg. Free throw no good. Ball's tipped and loose ball gotten by Hattiesburg. They will be able to get another shot at it here, another possession. Edwards on the drive against Albert. Tompkins comes out to guard. Here's the drive to the left side. Floater in the lane over Brown. It rolls in good. And Hattiesburg now off to a 10-2 lead. Counselors having a tough time scoring. They went down early against PCA, down 20 in the first half. That pass is too high. He was trying to feed Tompkins in the post. 10-2 game now. Got 1:50 to go here in the first quarter. And Tafari Edwards will be up the right sideline. Going to drive there, up top. Going to feed it over, a drive. Kick out Edwards, left side. Driving against Mark Dillon. He steps back in the corner. 10-2 ball game. Johnson snags it. He's going to feed it to Dillon. Now the Counselors are on the move. Mark Dillon up the floor. He drops it off open to Tompkins, who will finish it at the basket. And now the Counselors back on the board again. We got a 10-4 ball game now as the Counselors get back again, just over a minute to play here in the first period. A kick outside, open three up top. It pops off no good, and Tompkins the rebound outside to Dillon. Dillon pass just too low and stolen in the open court. He was trying to feed Biku Johnson, and he just threw it too low, and it was snagged there. Ball with Edwards on a bounce pass to the left wing. Now to the corner. Back to Edwards, left wing. He's guarded by Cohen Alber, and now a corner three from Hartfield. Hit one earlier, misses that one. Dillon the rebound. Counselors on the move now. In the hands of Mark Dillon. Look at the speed. He scoops it up, misses. Tompkins the follow, no good, but he's fouled from behind. That will be Hartfield committing the foul. And now it'll be Hilton Tompkins heading to the foul line for 2 shots. Hilton Tompkins has really improved over the course of the offseason and then over the course of this season. This will be his last 14U ball game of the season. And of his career, actually. Last 14U game ever for Hilton Tompkins. It makes the first free throw. He's got 3. He's also a reserve for the 18U ball club. Got a few more tournaments left in that competition. His second free throw will rattle in good. 2 much-needed free throws for the Counselors, and they cut the lead to 4. 10-6 ball game. 40 seconds to play first quarter. Edwards slicing and dicing. Ball to the wing. Now guarded Alber and Johnson. An up top three. It's open. Banks in good. Big three-pointer there for Hattiesburg. He's got 5 points and a 13-6 lead for the Forerunners. 25 seconds to play in the first quarter. And it's Mark Dillon up the floor now. Dillon, trying to feed it in the lane and another steal. Up the floor now. His move, lost it, drops it off underneath. He's blocked by Brown and Mark Dillon gets it. Dillon up the floor. He drives, trying to drop it off to Tompkins. Pass a little behind him and a little high. Turnover there. And Mark Dillon's had to take on a lot of ball handling responsibilities with Noah Sanders out. And he's done a good job in a lot of ways, but he's also got to get some of those passes on the money here. Edwards, drive up the right side. He's going to pull up the J. No good. As the first quarter comes to an end. Here in Summit, Mississippi, we got a 13-6 ball game. Hattiesburg leads Muddy River here in the third place ball game for the 14U boys division. I'm Trellis Williams, and we will step aside and be back for second quarter action. We are back for second quarter action right here. This is the MSAHA Championship Tournament on the TSJW Network, brought to you by Vowell's Marketplace. With the basketball now is Tafari Edwards. His team leads the Counselors by 7. Hartfield in the pivot, pass outside of the left wing. Now pass to the corner, guarded by Mark Dillon. Gonna bring it back out to the outside left wing. Picking it up. The Forerunners trying to deal with the pressure. Taylor Denson is on him right now. You got Taylor Denson, Colt Woods, Ike Brown, Hilton Tompkins, and Mark Dillon in for the Counselors, but it's a bucket at the high post and a 15-6 lead for the Forerunners. Mark Dillon with the ball now. He's going to feed it over Hilton Tompkins, who's up top. Tompkins pulls up the three, bombs away, baby. Tompkins has really been working the outside shot, and he knocks it down. He's got 7 points for the Counselors now, and it's a 15-9 ball game. Up top is Edwards. And 5 minutes to go in the first half. Shot pops out, no good. And the rebound putback is good underneath. He's got 6. And Hattiesburg leads by 8. Not something the Counselors can't come back from, but it is a good lead here for the Forerunners. Brown falls hard on his elbow, but he travels on the play. Looks like that hurt him a little bit. Yep, he's all right. Brown's able to get up all right. I know that probably didn't feel good on the elbow. 8-point ball game. 4:40 to play in the first half. And it's Tafari Edwards up the floor. He feeds the high post in the pivot. Kick outside in the drive. Now up top, guarded by Denson. And a three-pointer left wing. Doesn't go. And rebound, Mark Dillon. Dillon escaping, bounce pass, perfect pass to Denson. Denson not in good position, but he's fouled on the play. Not really a foul Hattiesburg wanted to commit. Denson was not in position where he was going to score that basketball, but it's going to be a foul there, and it's Denson to the foul line now for 2 shots. 4:18 to play first half. Denson, first free throw, will bank in good. And Taylor Denson able to get a point there. 17-10 now. Second free throw doesn't go. And the rebound pulled in by Hattiesburg. 17-10 game, just over 4 minutes to play in the first half. Edwards between the legs, going to the left side. His pass to the corner, it's Hartfield. A V to the wing, now the drive. He pulls up the shot, fouled by Woods. And Colt Woods committing the foul on the shot. And you got 2 shots here coming up for Hattiesburg as Colt Woods will pick up his first personal foul. Hattiesburg staying on the attack, playing some good basketball here. And the thing with the Forerunners is that their big issues over the years have been that they just have a player at every grade, and so they constantly lose players every year. But if you see this group here, if they stay together and keep moving on up, they're building something there at Hattiesburg with these guys. 17-10 game. Back rim no good. Got a lane violation here It's going to be against the counselors. There'll be another shot here. These are the kind of mistakes the counselors are making that's really coming back to bite them here. Second free throw does not go, and the rebound gotten by Hattiesburg. Rebounded is in the Forerunners' favor here in this ball game thus far. Edwards in the lane, floater no good. Rebound Mark Dillon, and the counselors escape, and it's Dillon with the basketball. Dillon the drive. Driving, crossover, step back Jay on the way. It's back rim no good. Rebound fought for and gotten by Edwards. Edwards up the floor, right side, guarded by Woods. He drives to his left. Denson coming out to get him. Now pass, left wing three on the way. Oh my goodness, he hit it. That's a tough shot to go. Coach Willis wanted to travel. 20-10 ball game. And the counselors are trying to deal with it here. 20-10, up top Dillon. Dillon's three-pointer doesn't go. Not very active on the boards are the counselors here. Edwards up the right side. Guarded by Woods, he pulls the three and hit it. Safari Edwards with the three-pointer, he's got 5. And the counselors trail by 13. And they're building another deficit just like they did yesterday. And now under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Woods not even looking for the ball.
Let's go, Forerunners!
And we got a 13-point advantage for Hattiesburg. Coach Willis will call time as the counselors fall further and further behind here. The Forerunners looking pretty good here in the first half, 23-10 with 2:55 to go first half. This broadcast is brought to you by Vowell's Marketplace, from their full-service meat department offering butcher-cut meats to their dedication to sourcing specialty items. Vowell's Marketplace strives to ensure every shopper leaves satisfied. With locations in Byram, Cleveland, Forest, Louisville, Mendenhall, Noxapater, and Philadelphia, Vowell's prioritizes flexibility, unlike the corporate grocery giants. Shop at Vowell's Marketplace, where tradition meets modern convenience. Vowell's Marketplace brings you the MSAHA Championship Tournament on the TSJW Network. We appreciate them for sponsoring this tournament. 2:55 to play in the first half, and it's Hattiesburg Forerunners basketball right now. They lead by 13, and it's Azariah Martin meeting him on the defensive side of the ball. A pass inside at the basket, no good. He missed the easy chippy, and Albert tipped it over to Mark Dillon. Dillon down the floor to Denson. Denson driving. He stops, kicks it out to Albert. Albert on the wing. Albert will stop and fire the three. It's short, no good, and rebound Hattiesburg. Hattiesburg with the ball here. They've really limited the counselors to one shot on offense, just getting all the defensive boards there. Tossing it over to Edwards. Edwards driving to his right. A kick outside to the corner. Three-pointer for Hattiesburg. Back rim, no good. And ball tipped out of bounds. .13-point ball game. 2:14 to go in the first half. Here's Tompkins. Bounce pass to Albert. Left wing three. He's been short on his. Tompkins on the fight for it, and it's going to be a jump ball. And this one will go to the counselors. So counselors have it on the baseline. They need a bucket. They've gone dry. Martin into Tompkins at the hole, putting it up and in. Tompkins with the bucket. He's got 9 points. He's led the counselors here in the first half, but they trail by 11. They want to find a spark here. Edwards on the drive in the lane. He puts up the floater. It's good. And Edwards getting in there, getting the bucket. He's got 7. And a 13-point Hattiesburg lead again. It's Mark Dillon up the floor now. Dillon over to Denson. Back Dillon. Swing to Albert. Hitting Martin. Left wing three. No good. And the rebound pulled in for Hattiesburg. Now the drive up the floor. He lost the basketball out of bounds. It's going to be counselors basketball now with a minute 22 to go in the first half. Oh, wow. They're going to give the ball to Hattiesburg here. It clearly went off Hattiesburg's leg. They're going to give the Forerunners the basketball, though. Over here on the sideline. They get the ball in. A feed inside. Tompkins broke it up. Now ball's loose, and Mark Dillon's going to pick it up. Dillon's pass. Oh, high. Perfect pass to Denson underneath, who puts it up and in. Great pass from Mark Dillon to Taylor Denson. I think it grazed the flag up high.
Be smart with your
And he got it to
passes.
go. 25-14 now. Minute to go first half. 11-point ball game. Forerunners looking for an answer here. Drive inside, floater off the bank, no good. Albert pulls down the board. He's going to give it up to Mark Dillon. It's stolen by Hartfield. And a pass outside to Edwards. Edwards guarded by Martin, 45 seconds to play, first half. He'll take the three, and it's no good. Rebound Hartfield. His high post shot is no good. Dillon the rebound. Dillon behind the back. Now Dillon, full speed down the floor. He's got a man to beat. Kick outside to Martin. Back to Dillon. Dillon inside. He'll turn around. The shot on the way. It's no good. Tompkins tipped it. He's going to hustle it down and get it. Tompkins up top to Dillon. Dillon thought about it. Oh, nice pump fake. Kick outside to Martin. Martin feed inside to Dillon. Dillon the drive. Shot at the basket. No good. And the rebound, Hattiesburg. Now we're down to 10 seconds. It's Hartfield with it. Giving it back up to Edwards. And now down to 7. Now down to 6. With 5. With 4. Three-pointer for Hattiesburg. No good. Rebound shot. And no good. First half comes to an end. And we got a 25-14 advantage for the Forerunners over the Counselors. We saw a little bit of action, a little bit of life from the Counselors there at the end of the first half, but they still trail by double digits, an 11-point deficit, and the Forerunners lead at the half. 25-14. Folks, we appreciate you joining us. This is the MSAHA Championship Tournament on the TSJW Network, presented by Vowell's Marketplace. Second half begins right now, and it's Tefari Edwards up the floor. 25-14 is the score of the ball game. Kick outside to Jaden Hartfield. His three-pointer no good. Rebound pulled in by Walker. Feed it out Edwards. Now it's Hudson. Hartfield back up. Powell with it to Edwards. He'll take the shot, and it pops out no good. Tompkins pulls down the board. Counselors trailed by 11. Last ball game they played, they were down 20 at the half. They cut the lead to 9 in the third quarter. So you want to see something like that from the Counselors if you're a Counselors fan. Alber's three's an air ball. Alber has been unable to get one to go down in this ball game, but he can shoot the basketball. And so you want him taking those shots, but you want him to go down if you're the Counselors. Edwards up the floor now. He's going to hit Hudson, and a feed back Edwards. Now to Walker. Owen Walker against Alber, who puts it in. Walker now with 9 points for Hattiesburg as Tompkins up the floor. Tompkins has 9 points for the Counselors. 13-point game. Feed over to Dillon. Dillon on the left wing. Drive, posting up, step back shot blocked. Now it's Tompkins with it. He'll kick it outside, and Dillon is unable to keep it.
Y'all gotta be a team, gotta be a team.
Hattiesburg's basketball. Gonna get a screen here. There's a pass there. Hudson, Walker hitting Edwards on the cut. His scoop shot's good in the lane as he went against Alber, and Edwards now with 11. Dillon feeding Tompkins. Tompkins' three is an air ball, no good. The shooting from the Counselors has been less than desired. Colt Wood's going to come in for Cohen Alber. Get the ball in now to Edwards. Here's the play. Edwards in the high post. His pass down to Walker. Kick outside. Hartfield wide open three. No good. And Hattiesburg just been on the boards all night long. Foul on Woods. His second. And heading to the free throw line now is Eli Hudson, who so far for them has a point. We got a 29-14 advantage for Hattiesburg. They've expanded their lead to 15. Substitution being made. Biku Johnson's going to come in for Taylor Denson. The second free throw will rattle in. Mark Dillon up the floor now for the Counselors. He's going to feed Biku Johnson. He'll take the three. It's short. Woods the rebound. Back out Johnson. Johnson takes that shot, and he misses that one too. Rebound Walker.
Let's go, Forerunners. Run your play.
Edwards with it. Pass broken up by Woods, out of bounds. Give the ball in. Johnson broke it up a little bit, but Edwards gets it back. Feed over to Powell. Around the left side, ball stolen by Martin, who feeds Dillon. Dillon the drive, scooping it up and fouled. And so Mark Dillon will head to the foul line for two shots. The foul's on Hartfield.
You give him a hug, that's all right. You love it.
Yeah, he had two. He did, he had two.
Hartfield picks up his second personal foul, and Mark Dillon at the free throw line for his first free throw. It's up and it is good as it rested on the back rim and went down. Mark Dillon with his first point of the ball game, and that just kind of shows you how much the Counselors have been struggling in this ball game. We got a 30-15 game lead for the Forerunners over the Counselors.
oh no, I missed her text because I'm watching this ball game. But we're 2 minutes left in the third quarter, or about 3 minutes, and then we got fourth quarter. So I think 6:30 should be good for us. Okay, sounds good to me. Okay. No, it's just me and Mark.
So Mark Dillon's going to be at the foul line here. 2:51 to play in the third quarter. So tomorrow we will have championship ball games. Of course, if you're a Counselors fan, you can see the Muddy River Counselors girls basketball team finish off their season as they take on the Hattiesburg Forerunners. That will be in the morning. But then we will also bring you the 18U championship ball games for girls. You have the PCA Paladins taking on the Laurel Lady Nighthawks. That's the championship ball game. That'll be the first one that we will have. And then after that, we will have a championship for boys, which is the Muddy River Counselors and the PCA Paladins. And so 30-16 ball game, and now at the foul line will be Owen Walker for the Hattiesburg Forerunners as he got the bucket and a one.
Love your hair, Jaden.
Free throw's no good, but they come out with the rebound now. 16-point advantage for Hattiesburg. Edwards right side, bounce pass. Now bounce pass to the corner. The drive here from Powell. Up to Edwards, a swing to Hartfield. He's pressured, and Johnson, what a steal by Johnson. He'll feed it to Dillon. Counselors have not capitalized on a lot of their stuff as Dillon puts that one in and one. And that foul was against Eli Hudson, his first, and Dillon's able to get a bucket. And that's something that you've been wanting to see if you're a Counselors fan. And now the Counselors cut the lead to 14, 32-18 with 2:05 to go in the third quarter. And it's Mark Dillon at the foul line. Free throws up and rattles out, no good, and the rebound pulled in by Hudson. 2 minutes to play third quarter. It's Edwards up the right side, guarded by Martin. And now the drive from Hartfield. Dealing with the defense, going to feed it up to the high post, Hudson, and dropping it off inside to Walker for the right-hand finish off the bank. Owen Walker now with 13. He leads the team in points for this ball game and a 16-point advantage. Tompkins fires the three, air ball. And Edwards down the floor. Dillon jumping up and stealing it. And he goes behind the back, lost it. Martin trying to get it, lost it. Tompkins going to pick it up now, outside to Martin, feed inside to Brown. Brown in the post, trying to put it up, no good, and unable to keep it. And now on the floor, getting it is Martin into Tompkins. His shot's no good. Now Brown underneath. Brown is fouled. Got a little rough out there. Finally called the foul on that last one. It's Ike Brown to the foul line for two shots. Tafari Edwards is the one to pick up the foul. That's his first, and it's Ike Brown at the foul line with two shots. He scored the first 2 points for the Counselors. Just turned 13 years old, Ike Brown stands at 6'2". His second free throw goes down. Brown with three. The Counselors cut it to 15. 34-19 now. And a feed to the left wing. Ball loose a little bit. A kick back outside. Edwards, left wing three on the way. Long. Tompkins the rebound. Gonna feed Dillon. Dillon looking up the floor. His pass to Johnson. Johnson pulls it in. Johnson the move to the basket. Putting it up and in. Nice play by Biku Johnson. Able to get the bucket. He's got his first bucket of the ball game. The Counselors cut it to 13. We're closing in on the fourth quarter, and you got to get some points here if you really want to make this a ball game in the fourth. Edwards scoops it up and in, and just like that, timely as Tafari Edwards has been the entire ball game. He's got 11 points, but two big ones right there. Dillon will stop and fire a deep three. It's back rim, no good. Tompkins, the rebound is put back. He's fouled. Now to the line for two shots. Jaden Hartfield picking up his third personal foul. 27 seconds to play in the third quarter, and Hilton Tompkins at the foul line for 2 shots. He's got 9 for the Counselors, leading them in scoring in this ball game. Tompkins misses the first. Counselors played all season with Noah Sanders and had to play the tournament without him. Just tough because they're heading towards a 4th place finish in this tournament. Tompkins second, banks in, which will get him into double figures here. 36-22. Down to 20 seconds left in the third quarter. It's Edwards guarded by Azariah Martin. His pass to the wing. Out of the corner, the fake. Powell pulling up the J, no good. Rebound Walker. Moving against Dillon now. And now it's Edwards guarded down to 3, down to 2, down to 1. They will not get a shot off here at the end of the third quarter, as we got a 36-22 lead for the Hattiesburg Forerunners over the Muddy River Counselors here at the end of 3. Counselors are going to need some really hot shooting here at the end and some defensive stops in order to win this ball game. 36-22, Hattiesburg in the lead. This is the MSAHA Championship Tournament on the TSJW Network, presented by Vowell's Marketplace. Okay, have a correction in the chat. Apparently I had false information from somebody, and I see that Tafari Edwards did play in that ball game against the Jackson Victors. The Victors won by 33 points, I do believe. It's 56-23 in that game. So we got 14-point ball game here, a lead for Hattiesburg over Muddy River, and the Counselors heading to a 4th place finish if they are unable to make a big comeback. 14-point difference between these two teams. Biku Johnson going to throw it in over here on the sideline. It's him, Mark Dillon, Cohen Alber, Azariah Martin, and Hilton Tompkins in for the Counselors now as we begin 4th quarter action. 14-point game, lead for the Forerunners. Tompkins' 3 is no good and rebounded by Powell. It's Tafari Edwards with it now. He's guarded by Cohen Alber, and a nice cross move over to the left side. Edwards attacking from the wing. A kick outside, Powell. A nice pump fake move in the lane, blocked, fouled by Tompkins. Oh, they're going to say it's Mbiku Johnson picking up the foul. That'll be his first personal. And to the free throw line now is Cade Powell of the Hattiesburg Forerunners. He's got 5 points on the ball game, and he's at the foul line now. Hattiesburg looking like they'll finish 3rd in the conference this year, and with a 5 seed, that is a pretty good finish for Hattiesburg. Counselors finished with a 2 seed, but without Noah Sanders here at this tournament, it looks like they're going to fall to 4th. But the Forerunners have played a great ball game here. Powell's going to miss them both. Ball tipped loose, and Mark Dillon will pick it up. Counselors need some energy here, and it's Dillon is going to provide it for you. He drops it off to Martin. Now a catch and shoot, Jay, no good. Albert tries to fight for it. Powell gets it. Nice touch by Johnson. Ball loose, and Martin gets it. As Mark Dillon up the floor. He's going to stop and fire the left wing 3. It doesn't go. Tompkins the rebound. His putback is good and 1. Tompkins with the bucket. Foul from behind on Tafari Edwards. His second. Hilton Tompkins with 12 points, and we'll head to the foul line for the 3-point play. 5:17 to play in the ball game, and it's Hilton Tompkins at the foul line for 2 shots. Free throw for Tompkins, banks in good. Leads cut to 11, so you still have a chance if you're the Counselors, and they're going to bring a little bit of full court pressure here, as Edwards will have it here. 11-point ball game, just over 5 minutes to play. And Johnson will force the ball to go loose. Now Hudson with it, nearly stolen, but Edwards gets it back. A pass, batted, taken away by Alber. Alber with it, he tries to break the glass, he gives the ball to Dillon. Dillon on the attack behind the back. Dillon the move to the cut off the bank, no good. Tompkins the rebound, put back, no good. And that's the story of the game for the Counselors. You got to have those. Edwards with it, cross-court pass now to Hartfield. His cross-court pass to Walker, who drops it out of bounds. And if you're the Counselors, you'd love to have cut that lead to 9. He had a bucket opportunity there, and it just went right off the lid. You got Hilton Tompkins bringing it up the floor here for the Counselors. Tompkins to Dillon. Dillon, left wing. Up top, Albert. Between the legs, crossover. Over to Johnson. Johnson fumbled a little bit and gets it back. Johnson back outside to Mark Dillon. He'll feed it over. Martin up over the top, over the head of Albert. Johnson splits the defense, and Hartfield will tap it away. It's going to be Counselors' ball. Johnson on the baseline, kick outside, and Hartfield got a hand on it. At 4:15 to play in the ball game. And an 11-point lead. Martin's three's no good. Rebounds by Albert. A kick back outside. Martin outside Dillon. Dillon the drive to his right hand. Right hand finish no good. The Counselors are really struggling to put the ball in the bucket. And it's going to be Counselors' ball again. You just got to put the ball in the basket if you're the Counselors. 4:03 to go. Albert throws it. Ball's batted by Hartfield. Albert and Martin inside to Dillon. Dillon puts it up off the bank and good. So Mark Dillon getting the bucket. He's got 6 and a 9-point ball game. Edwards now with it in the backcourt. Feeding it over now to Powell. Here comes Martin on the pressure. Powell dealing with it. Ball's tipped. It's loose. Who's got it? It's Azariah Martin with it. He throws it up the floor to Dillon. Dillon going against Edwards. It's a one-on-one. He steps back, fires the three. It's short air ball. The save. Oh, two men on it. And it goes out of bounds, but a good hustle play there. Both players with the right idea, but they kind of got in each other's way. Timeout going to be called by Hattiesburg as the Counselors making a push here. They went down by as much as 18. Now they've cut the lead to 9. Is it going to be too little, too late is the big question here. 36-27, 3:37 to go in the ball game.
My mother-in-law has came and watched this place as the winter games, and she said you're a lot calmer than you think. When they play family ball and school ball, I wasn't. I mean, I didn't say nothing bad, but I was very yes. And I've gotten so much better. My kids were like, oh, that's not the mama we know. That's not the mama we heard in this place. Yeah. Yeah, and you're like, oh, be quiet.
Pressure being put on now. Martin on it. Pass over to Hartfield and a back pass there. And ball with Edwards right side. A pass over the top to Powell, who misses at the cup. Rebound Tompkins. Ball getting it over to Dillon. Dillon on the cross. Dillon full speed to the cup. Puts it up, no good, but he'll have 2 shots. As Hudson picks up the foul, that's his second. Counselors making a legitimate push here. They still have 3 minutes, 23 seconds in order to make up this 9-point deficit.
No, we got to get some points back.
Eli Hudson with his 3rd personal foul, and it's Mark Dillon at the foul line. He's got 6 points on the ball game. He's had to handle the ball handling duties in this game. Over the course of this entire weekend, Dillon misses the first. He's got another one coming up. Second free throw doesn't go either. Ball's tipped. Gotten by Tompkins. Putback's good. So they get the 2 points. 15 for Tompkins, and the lead's cut to 7. Ball tipped by Johnson. Hustle play. Edwards gets it and gets it to Hudson. And now the ball in the hands of Powell. Here's the pressure from Albert. Ball in the hands of Edwards. Tafari Edwards with it. Guarded by Albert. A drive to the right. Kick outside and a Powell 3. Air ball. Hartfield, the follow is good. No rebounding on the opposite side. And Jaden Hartfield, who's got 5 points, gets the bucket. Dillon up the floor, bounce pass. It's Albert, left wing three. Doesn't go. Tompkins the rebound. Oh, blocked by Edwards. That's a big block from Tafari Edwards. He'll get the ball. He spins, going behind his back. A pass. Open three there for Hudson. It's an air ball, and it hit the backboard. I guess they're not going to call that. It hit the back of the goal. That would definitely be out of bounds, but Counselors will have it in the open court. Is Dillon kick outside Albert, left wing three on the way, no good, but Tompkins will get the putback. He's got 17, game back to 7. 2:20 to go in the ball game. Ball over to Hartfield, pass cross court to Powell. Powell now with it. He's on the left side, tosses it over to Edwards. Here's the pressure, pass over the top to Powell. Powell driving in, his shot blocked by Tompkins, and he's gonna get it to Dillon. Dillon up the floor, he's looking, pass, batted, oh, stolen by Edwards. And now Edwards with it in the full court. Timeout's going to be called by Coach Paul Russell. He sees those guys are losing this lead right now. Minute 58 to go in the ball game. Counselors are saying, hey, look, we're still in this one. We're still going for third here in this tournament. 38-31 is the lead for Hattiesburg with just under 2 minutes remaining. Please be sure to hit the subscribe button to the TSJW Network YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button right now. So as of right now, we've got championships lined up here. 14U girls already over. Laurel Lady Nighthawks are the 14U girls champions of the MSAHA. Tomorrow we'll have a 14U boys championship ball game, which will be between the Jackson Victors and the PCA Paladins. And then we'll have 18U girls and boys championships. 18U girls is PCA Paladins and the Laurel Lady Nighthawks. And then in the 18U boys, you have the PCA Paladins and the Muddy River Counselors. PCA Paladins in all 3 championship ball games tomorrow. A very strong organization. They were in all the championship games last year. They're in all the championship games this year, except for they were not in 14U girls. But they finished second in 16U girls as well. They didn't pull out a 14U girls team. 38-31 is the score with just under 2 minutes to go in the game. Back out on the court are the Counselors and the Forerunners. Forerunners lead by 7 points. The game's going in the other direction. It's been going towards the Counselors here with their pressure defense. Edwards guarded by Martin. Forerunners led by as much as 18. Edwards the drive, his pass, finding an open finish for Owen Walker. And nice play right off the timeout. Here's Tompkins up the floor, losing the basketball a little bit, but he's going to drive and put it up, and it's no good. Rebound Johnson, not big offensive board. Dillon's right wing three is an air ball, and the ball's tipped out of bounds, and they're going to give it to the Forerunners. 9-point game lead for the Forerunners with 1:33 remaining. And Hartfield's going to try to throw it in. Full court pressure being shown by the Counselors. Hartfield will get it in to Hudson, and now ball's with Edwards. Over Hudson, back pass Hartfield, back Hudson. Pass, nearly stolen by Martin. Edwards able to pull it in. Johnson gets it and steals it. And Mark Dillon's the one who's able to get it. Dillon to the cup, right hand foul. The next step for Mark Dillon, folks, is he jumping up there and jamming it. He has a tough time hitting the layup at the speed that he goes. But I'm telling you, if he just got that ball up there and just jammed it, he'd average 10 more points a game. Dillon misses the first. And these are the free throws you have to have if you're the Counselors. You're down by 9 with 1:16 to play. But Dillon on his second free throw, he'll hit it. And he's got 7. Full court pressure again from the Counselors. It's 40-32. It's over a minute remaining. Picking up the dribble is Powell. Now it's Hudson over to Edwards. Edwards guarded by Johnson, who's done great defensively. He's really gotten better defensively this season. He's really been ready to play. Powell now with it. Johnson putting the pressure on, a toss back to Edwards. Under a minute to go. 8-point ball game. There's Hartfield cross-court pass to Hudson. Feeding it to Powell. Forerunners doing a good job possessing the ball now. Going between the legs. A toss to Edwards. Using up time. Time is not on the counselor's side. It is on Hattiesburg's side. Powell, cross court Hudson. A swing to Hartfield. Back over to Hudson. Under 40 seconds. Johnson trying to make something happen. Back up to Edwards. He'll drive. His pass wide open to Walker at the hole for the finish. Good possession there from Hattiesburg. 17 points for Walker on the ball game. Feeding Albert. He'll fire the three in transition. Bombs away, baby. Cohen Albert, big three-pointer. Had a tough time hitting them earlier, but that was a big one there. 7-point game, but now we're down with 15 seconds. Looks like the Forerunners are going to be able to seal this one. Under 10 seconds, the counselors get another steal. It's Mark Dillon by himself, right-hand finish. But the Forerunners don't even have to do anything here, as it's a 5-point win for the Hattiesburg Forerunners. Folks, the Forerunners will win and get third place in the conference. The counselors with a valiant second-half effort. They went down by as much as 18. They lose by 5 points. 42-37, the Hattiesburg Forerunners win the basketball game here in Summit, and that ends both of these teams' 14U seasons. And the counselors losing their last two, not what they wanted to do. They lost 4 on the season, the most a counselors' 14U team has ever lost, but I'll tell you this, they have definitely worked hard, and mostly a young team. And without Noah Sanders, it got a little tougher there, but the guys really able to pull it together and play some ball here. But folks, we appreciate you joining us. I'm Trellis Williams. We appreciate Nathan Albert on the action cam, and appreciate Nettie Williams on the production, as well as Tony Leach on the main camera here tonight. I'm Trellis Williams bringing you this ball game. I'm Trellis Williams bringing you this ball game. Tomorrow we will have championship ball games, and we're looking forward to it. We'll bring you both 18U championships live right here from Summit, Mississippi. I'm Trellis Williams. This is the MSAHA Championship Tournament on the TSJW Network, brought to you by Vowell's Marketplace. Trellis Williams. We out.